Great teams need leaders, and I'm glad we can recognize her. Now, like many of you, there was a time when I didn't applaud very loud for my circumstance or my situation. In the spring of 2005, I started noticing something funny going on with my hand, my right hand. I started having a hard time brushing my teeth, and I had a hard time writing my name. Now, fortunately, people don't pay attention when you sign a credit card anymore, so I just went shh, no one even noticed. But I knew the difference. So I thought to myself, you know, that's odd. So I went to my family doctor in July of 2005, and I said, Doc, I'm having a hard time writing, and hard time writing my name, and hard time brushing my teeth. And he looked at me and said, you know, that's odd. He referred me to a guy named a neurologist. I never met a neurologist before, but I met him in October the 10th of 2005. I went in, I said, Doc, I'm having a hard time writing my name and brushing my teeth. And he said, you know what? That's odd. But he said, I think I know what it might be, or at least I think I know what your choices are. It's either Parkinson's or a brain tumor. Yeah, thank you very much. You got that choice before? You got ALS or Parkinson's. You got brain tumor, Parkinson's, whatever, right? So the old CAT scan in January 2006 revealed that my brain was mostly intact, except for the substantia nigra, which is a little bit weak on this side of my brain, therefore affects this side of my body. And I immediately went into what I call a state of sort of a shock, I guess. Shock and denial, and to be honest with you, a little bit of shame. Because I was a healthy young fella at the age 45. I've climbed mountains on 3 continents. I've run 2 marathons. I've kayaked, including the Queen Charlotte Islands in this gorgeous province of British Columbia. And I'm a pretty healthy guy. And I said to myself, with apologies to the folks in the room with gray hair, I said to myself, this is an old person disease. What the heck am I doing with it? 45 years old. For a year, I didn't tell anybody. For a year, I walked around being kind of bummed out. For a year, folks, I was in denial. And denial is not just a river in Egypt. Denial is a specific condition of not wanting to face your issues, face your challenges, face your concerns, face your fears, face whatever it is you need to face to get on with life, to move forward. In fact, in the context of today's conversation, to move forward. So I didn't tell anybody. Now, I actually told myself, in my little mind, I said, by the time I develop some symptoms, maybe I wasn't going to tell my mom and dad, because by the time I developed symptoms, maybe my mom and dad would have passed away and I wouldn't have to put her through the worry. And get this, I actually wrote a letter to Oprah. And I said in the letter, Oprah, you should do a show on sad bachelors, I was a bachelor at the time, bachelors with chronic disease that no one would love. You should do a show about that. And I said, I volunteer to be on your show. So I had a good case of what I call stinking thinking. I was having a pity party about myself, and I didn't want to tell anybody, I didn't want to reveal anything, and I had a pity party for about a year. Then I realized, you know, I'm a motivational speaker. I'm supposed to motivate people. And it's kind of hypocritical if I'm out there motivating other people and I'm not even motivating myself. So I thought, I'm going to try to work on ways to develop my own skills, my own talents, and try to look at my own life and try to motivate a little bit to get out of this black hole, this little slump that I'm in, this little stinking pity city thing that I was in. And I discovered 4 dimensions of living well. 4 areas of life that we can celebrate and boost and give more life to and just have some fun with it. So I'd like to share them with your permission now. Can I hear an oh yeah? Do you want to hear them? Oh yeah! Oh yeah, that's great. So they make sense. There's 4 of them. Here's one. Here's another one. Good job. Physical dimension of living well, the emotional level of living well, the spiritual level of living well, and the mental level. Now, the physical, I could talk about strength, exercise, training, all this. I'm not going to talk about that. I'm going to talk about the body as a vibration. Because every cell in your body vibrates. Every single cell in your body vibrates. And whether you're vibrating like blah, blah, or whether you're vibrating like makes all the difference in your life, physically. Emotionally, I could talk about happy, sad, and mad. Because those are the only three emotions. There are no other feelings except happy, sad, and mad. Every other emotion is a subset of those. Happy, sad, and mad. We're not going to talk about happy, sad, mad emotion. I'm going to talk about the juice of joy that we get when we are in right relationship with another human being. That's the emotional connection, that good feeling with another human being that we get along with. The mental one is quite simply choosing your perspective. What perspective do you want to have? What mindset do you want to have? Bob said it beautifully. What mindset do you want to have when you encounter anything in your life? And finally, spiritually, I could talk about church, mosque, synagogue, and temple. I'm not a priest, a rabbi, or a Muslim imam. I'm just going to talk about that beautiful sense of connectedness to something greater than yourself, which I call a spiritual connection.